What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Afterburner. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
We'll do it live.
F it, we'll do it live. We're having, hey, the Flames had some problems closing down that game tonight.
It just seems
I'm in the mood. I would have been in the mood to do like a 2-minute show. Like that's what my mood is.
Somebody
like.
in the comments was like, "Are they faking audio glitches?"
Yeah, I would totally be down with that. I can't hear you. I have to go to bed. Leon Draisaitl sent me into a depressed coma. I can't do the show.
Welcome back to Afterburner. He's Mikey. I'm Jordan. We're from the In the Dome podcast. I got Yasmin producing tonight. Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Download the app today. Use code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Afterburner Super Chat. Proceeds from our Super Chat go to Youth Centers of Calgary. Youth Centers of Calgary, a place where kids are welcomed and accepted as they are. A place where they get a break from the chronic stress that is reality for many of their lives, and they can flourish through fun and connection. Throw a Super Chat in the chat tonight to get your comment or question or whatever the heck you want to talk about onto the show. Okay, we're here to break down the Flames versus the Grease Balls. Really could use a win tonight. Don't know about you.
Not even could the team really use a win tonight. I personally really needed a win tonight.
Well, you saw the Blues, they won their 9th straight.
Blues win 9 in a row. It's blizzarding here. I've been pretty down in the dumps all day. Just came home to relax and watch my favorite team absolutely
blow it.
So that's a pretty devastating loss to only pick up 1 point in the last 2 games. Dude, it might be over now. Like, I don't know if it's ever been more over at this point with St. Louis winning that 9th in a row. So that's a tough one. It's always tough when it's Draisaitl too. Like, I know I hate the Oilers.
When you saw he was coming back, you kind of figured he might be able just to beat us on his own. And sure enough, it's pretty much what happens.
He's so smug. Smugness is not a good quality.
Is that a Seinfeld reference?
Yeah.
Always. All right, let's get into the lineups tonight. Let's throw the lines up here. This is coming into the game. We got Sharon Govich replacing Zari on that top line. We were both at the Dallas game when we saw Zari go down, re-injured that knee. Did not look good again, but it sounds like maybe it was not as bad as it looked. So Wolf gets his first start in the Battle of Alberta, along with Frost and Farabee. They're jacked up. They're ready to go. Yeah, I don't know. That the Dallas game was not a fun game to be at because we got absolutely hosed from the refs. So, you're looking at this Battle of Alberta. You're looking at the playoffs chances. We can throw the standings pre-game up as well. Like we mentioned, you got a big 8 points now between you and St. Louis. You still had 4 games in hand. So technically, if you win all those games in hand, you're tied. But the playoff chances are looking slimmer and slimmer. We just needed to beat the Oilers for a feel-good win more than anything.
And you almost did too. That's it's you know what? You made this really good analogy a couple weeks ago on the show about the Flames being, they're kind of like a demented like serial killer, right? And they kind of like keep you alive just for shits and giggles, right? It's like they keep you alive just to the point until you're ready to give up. And then just because they get their kicks out of it, they like give you a little hope, feed you a little bit, and then you're right back in, and then it's right back down again. So
yeah, they'll revive you. They'll revive you from near death just to watch you suffer some more.
Yeah. So this one really feels like a kick right in a distinct kick emotion right to my balls. So it's kind of tough.
Well, you're used to that.
Yeah.
Let's put up the odds. I know you post these on Instagram. It was a big game for the Flames. If they beat the Oilers in regulation, 30% chance of making the playoffs. There's still hope. If they lose in OT now, we're down to 20% chance of making it. There's still a lot of hockey to be played, so you can't write them off yet. But yeah, definitely needed the 2 points tonight.
You can't write them off, but you can kind of like pencil. You can pencil them off for sure. It's just in pencil. You can put them at 10th. I think this is going to be really tough. I don't know. I don't know what St. Louis is doing. I don't know what Jim Montgomery's got going on there, but holy crap, it's really pissing me off because,
They're rolling.
They're
Beat the
rolling.
Avs today.
That's really, what it comes down to is the Flames haven't been able to string together a string of games like that. And hey, they win 4 in a row. Good on them. And they won 5 in a row earlier in the year. I think they had maybe one other winning streak at some point that's kind of in that similar range, but they haven't been able to put together a stretch like the St.
A
Louis
big stretch.
huge stretch that's like spanning weeks and really make up ground. It's just been a lot of treading water. So it's really what it's going to take to make the playoffs.
They have been playing pretty good hockey as of late, though.
Yeah, it's pretty
honestly,
that right, and that's
that should have been a win versus Dallas. But
yeah, that's 2 games. That's 2 games. One game you blow against the Oilers. The other game you should have won. Those are crushing. And times, that's the thing now. It's moral victories are out the window. Time's running out, and you're pretty much screwed. So it's a tough one. Hey, at least it's Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg crushing our playoff dreams.
We can take some solace that, it hurts the Oilers.
I can get behind that.
So let's break the game down, get into the first period. Flames came out, a couple great shifts. Pahal draws an early PP. Had a weird moment there. One of the fans needed some medical attention, a little bit of a delay there. Hope he or she's okay. Don't have no clue what happened, but I know they can't obviously put that on national broadcast, but I was kind of curious. I looked a little bit on social media to see if someone had posted something. Didn't see anything, so hopefully that person is okay. Shortly after, another goal for Yegor. Yegor Sharangovich finds himself in that top line after a healthy scratch. This is a good goal.
Another goal for Yegor.
Is he back? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think he's back at all.
This game had some battle to it. I would like to see a little more fireworks in the third, but man, that second period was loaded with stuff. Coronado took a high hit from Jones and Klapka.
That was brutal. There was a shift. I don't think we had it, but I know somebody clipped it somewhere.
We got it.
We do have it? The hit? Yeah, but there was a few other little chippy plays. Man, well, should we talk about the Perry thing now or save it?
We'll save it.
Okay.
Coleman penalty. The Flames had a good kill there. Wolf was stopping Draisaitl on 2-on-1s all night long.
Yeah, he made a great save on him in the power there was a 2-on-1. He made a great save. He made a great save on the power play. He was dialed in, man, for sure.
A little bit back and forth in the first period. Again, a lot of behind the scenes action, not too many highlights to put up for the first. What were the stats after the first period? Looked like the Flames
they played really well, man.
The majority of the play.
I thought they had a really good first period. I think at 5-on-5, high chances were 2-2. 3-2 Oilers total. So it's pretty close. I think if you're the Flames, you take that on the road all day long, right?
Yep.
It's not like you were getting dominated by any means, but that's a pretty good little period there from the Flames, I thought.
The Derek Newman Group with CIR Realty, buying or selling. Let Derek do the work for you. Email at dnewman@cirrealty.ca or call 403-619-666, 661 to visit Derek Newman Group or visit dereknewmangroup.com. Complimentary in-house staging consultation, accountable and available. Whether it's your first home purchase or you've bought and sold several, he will take the time to understand your goals. On the selling side, we'll do a pre-listing consultation and help you every step of the way with a comprehensive marketing plan, detailed analysis of other comparable homes in the market, ability to find off-market, and go the extra mile to hunt down options and buyers. If you're interested in buying or selling your home in the greater Calgary area, call Derek at 403-619-6661. He'll make it easy for you. Let Derek put his network to work for you. All right, let's get to the second period. Wolf had to be sharp early on. There was a nice rush by Anderson. He had a good shot. And then the Roondog had a great chance in tight.
The Roondog's been good lately.
Decent.
Not to be like the fourth. What do they say? It's one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. Kevin Rooney's playing good hockey. He's actually been quite good over the last 10 games, I think. What's going on?
Coleman had another good chance in front. And then we had a Dion Phaneuf sighting.
What's he doing this guy? Dude, I don't know. Is Connie recruiting like the old Flames Avengers? Eh?
I mean, we've often said that bring back all the old boys. I'm down.
Yeah, bring him back. Don Maloney's falling past Don's bedtime.
Just yeah, maybe an hour or two past his bedtime.
The late game. Oh, the playoff going. Oh, Grandpa's tired. Gotta go back to my hotel room. Oh.
Fourth line had another good chance here. We got a Klapka highlight. This is a good little dump in.
It was a good play.
Another or low.
The fourth line was actually pretty good. I like having Klapka in the lineup. I know it's like dinosaur thinking. I like having a big guy who then, when people fuck around, is like, okay, go talk to Adam and shut up. So I always like when he's in the lineup, and he's been playing well.
There's another good shift from the Pospisil Kadri Sharangovich line. What do you think of this line with Sharangovich tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, he scores that goal early on. You're like, yeah, like maybe he's kind of playing okay. You know, he just makes, I don't know, Sharangovich and Pospisil too. I thought had a bit of a off night. They're okay, but I think it was mostly because of Kadri. Just I don't know, some soft plays. Obviously, in the first Oilers goal, I don't know what Pospisil was doing. Just kind of like lost out there, had his thumb up his butt, but. Yeah, it was okay. I don't know. I think Kadri's making everything happen on that line tonight, obviously.
Kadri's been so good lately. Yep.
He pretty much just carrying the team up front. So it was okay. I don't know. I still need to see more from Igor Sharangovich. I don't know. He was okay.
We got a Wolf highlight here, and they made another big save on Draisaitl on another 2-on-1.
Yeah, this is a great save, Pat. And still, the Flames kept giving Draisaitl looks, and he knew he was going to freaking bury one.
Yeah.
You can't give him, what did he have? 3? Yeah, he had like 4 or 5 chances. He was probably the best player on the ice all night. Smug.
Shortly after that, the Oilers tied up. Did Draisaitl pass was it a backhand pass?
2 moments prior, not a turnover, but Sharangovich could have been harder on a puck too, and then that play happened. So, I mean, that's an all-world pass, but still, man, like everybody just kind of was standing around, like looking around. Didn't know what was going on. Just got Draisaitl'd, so that was tough. That was tough too because the Flames had such a good second period.
Yep.
You know, and to not come out at, you know, okay, it's 1-1. Like, oh, that was tough.
Farabee had a chance on a breakaway here. We're gonna throw this up here. He just kind of
from the broadcast is like, oh, well, Stuart Skinner's been getting run over a lot. So this is what they kept fucking talking about it. Stuart Skinner gets run over a lot. So like you can see what Perry's trying to do. You can really understand what he's trying. You can really see he lost his mind and started throwing fists is what he did. And he should have been got 5 minutes for it. Then they come back from intermission. Well, here's why let's show a highlight pack of Stuart Skinner getting run into for the last 2 weeks. And this is why Perry decided to lose his mind. Well, it's totally just. It's like, what are you guys talking about? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that other game against Dallas, that Rantanen collided with him, and man, that looked gross. Like you saw the overhead. Perry said he didn't see it. Like I get it. Like it's Balkan coming in, snowing the goalie. So now the Oilers, they want to, send a message and protect their goalie. I think Perry was looking for Backlund. I don't even know how he ended up.
He was looking for Rasmus or something.
He went after Anderson first, but yeah, I don't. It looked like maybe
how's he still in the league? Man, I would like to see somebody. Maybe that's why Dion. We need Dion back to clock Perry, man.
What are your thoughts on the Oilers as of late going into the playoffs here? Obviously, they're injury.
Yeah, they're banged up. Frick, man, I don't know. I feel like LA's rolling. I feel like LA might finally actually present a legitimate challenge for them in the first round.
Yep.
Their goaltending's always a question mark. Their blue line's always a question mark. That's kind of what annoyed me about how the Flames were playing tonight. Off to a good start, had a good second period. You could have maybe exposed that blue line that Short Ekholm get in aggressively on the forecheck, kind of make those guys make mistakes, and they didn't really do that. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from the Oilers. I mean, without McDavid, they're pretty much
McDavid's not 100%
for their entire offense. Obviously,
Draisaitl seems to be able just to carry the team on his shoulders like we saw tonight.
So I don't know if the Kings. It would sure be nice if the Kings were up for the challenge for once and could actually stop letting us down. I almost hate the Kings more than the Oilers at this point because they keep blowing against the Oilers. But I don't know. It's going to be hard. I don't know. They have McDavid. They have Draisaitl. They can do what they're going to do. I find it I find it's going to be difficult for them going up against some of those teams like we've seen Dallas and Colorado. Obviously, Winnipeg's rolling. So,
well, the Barnborn boys, they were saying on their show the other day that the Oilers, they got smaller and older in the offseason.
The other day, listen to the In the Dome show in August, and you would have. That's what we were saying. Everyone was glazing these guys. Everyone's glazing the Oilers in the offseason. Great moves.
Well, everybody's always
Jackson. Jeff Jackson's just a great GM. First year's GM, he's doing great. Well, we don't even need Broberg and Holloway because we got Skinner and Arvidsson and all these guys. I know Arvidsson scored on us tonight, so I shouldn't be talking too much shit. But you look at them and they got older. They lost some offense. They definitely got slower because I think that if you break down why the Oilers were so dangerous in the playoffs last year, just that speed. You couldn't even contain it. Nobody could handle it. They're so fast. And I mean, they lost Ryan McLeod too. So McLeod and Holloway, that was a big part of that team. So I don't know if their additions are going to help them at all come playoff time. I hope not. I hope they get absolutely shellacked.
Didn't address the defense and the goaltending, but if you're a Flames fan, who would you rather see in net, Skinner or Pickard?
Probably Skinner.
Right? You would
probably
think.
Skinner. Like, I feel like he's more prone to he's got that Mike Smith, prone to huge gaffes. So, put Stuart Skinner right back in there, please. But I don't know. At this point, dude, it's one battle in my mind at a time right now. I'm fighting the Flames battle. The next battle is probably the Oilers in the playoffs battle. So I got to take things one step at a time here, or I'm going to lose my mind.
Things were heating up after that little skirmish. This is a mini line brawl, I guess. Not a lot of fighting, real.
Yeah, it's not like the old days, man. But
old days would have been 5 full-on.
Get a little taste of it now and again is nice, but it's definitely not like the old days.
We got a little clip here of Perry. What do you say?
Ball's laughing. Dude, Kevin Ball's always having a great time on the bench, eh?
Kevin Ball's a beauty.
Kevin Ball's a chirper enjoyer. I wonder who he's calling chicken shit. He's the chicken shit.
Big time. All right, second period stats.
Yeah, I mean, the Flames had a great period. All situations, they outshoot the Oilers 12-9. Scoring chances 12-6. High danger chances 6-2 for the Flames. Man, if you'd come out of that second period, with more than you did, it would have been a game. It was just really tough. And they don't have the talent on a lot of nights, and it's just, frustrating.
They come out of that scrum on the power play and don't capitalize.
They come out of that scrum on the power play that did nothing. Power play letting them down.
Origin Brewing and Malting Company. The Hiltons are a 5th generational family farm. They've been growing the highest quality barley in the world for over 40 years and use the highest quality of that barley to brew Origin beer. Blending tradition and innovation for truly unique experience that proudly celebrates Alberta farmers. We grow beer, homegrown lager, Mexican lager, Pioneer IPA, Lazy Days Haze, Hazy IPA, Roxford Raspberry, Prickly Pear, Guava Goes, Backdraft Red Ale, and Last Post Brown Ale. Origin offers $5 local delivery on any order over $50 or more within 50 kilometers of downtown Calgary. Place your order on Origin store at originbrewing.ca. Click the shop button and browse through our selection of quality craft beer merchandise. I could use one of those tonight. And now the OC Origin Calgary Origin brand continues to grow. In addition to their malting brewing facilities and tap room in Strathmore has now opened their new brewery and tap room in Calgary. It's easier than ever to sit down for a pint of Origin or take home cans, growlers, even kegs for yourself. Located at 943 28th Street Northeast, and of course still going strong at 60 Spruce Park Drive in Strathmore. All right, so third period, like we said, power play going into it. It's a nothing burger power play. This is 0 for 3 on the power play tonight, and it didn't look good. I don't even think got a shot on this one.
It looked really bad.
The power play has been a lot better since Frost joined the team. Yeah, just didn't have much going tonight. That third period, you're getting halfway through. It's still 1-1. You're like, fuck, man, we need someone to elevate. And sure enough, we got Caudy with another great play. Bahal with the goal.
Braden Bahal elevates, baby.
So I don't know. When I saw him
breathed on him the wrong way. He breathed on him.
When I saw him complain, I was a little worried there. Obviously, they Drop the puck right away. No challenge. How are you feeling at this point in the game? At this point in the juncture?
I was feeling pretty good because Wolf had played well enough, and the Oilers
he can lock it down.
Yeah, he can lock it down. And the Oilers kind of looked like maybe a little uninterested, It was kind of like they were just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, not a big deal. It's for our playoff hopes. We can just kind of take it easy. So I was feeling okay.
It so many times when McDavid just single-handedly ties the game and wins it. Now it's Draisaitl.
So I was feeling okay, but then like the Flames kind of just like really, which they have a tendency to do. They just sat back and did jack shit and let Edmonton do whatever they want and just said, we're going to hold on for dear life and hope Wolf can win us this one. Like they've done a lot this year, many times this year, and it doesn't work. The
teams are trading chances there for a bit. Calgary had that third power play, and I said to you, I'm like, fuck, man, you need a little insurance here because it's the Oilers. Draisaitl's playing. Sure enough, another nothing burger on the power play. I think the power play cost you the game, let's be honest.
Yeah, power play and maybe just some, I think some guys were maybe not as sharp as they should have been tonight. Obviously, the game tying goal comes off of a bad turnover. Some guys weren't quite up to the pace that they probably needed to be to play this game tonight. But dude, that power play, it just sucks when the power play always screws you because it can be such an advantage. It should be the equalizer. And hey, we don't have the talent, whatever. I don't know. You got Huberdeau, Kadri, Coronado, Frost out there, Weegar. Those guys are pretty good players. You think it'd be able to come through, and it very rarely does.
Well, and sometimes you can lose momentum too, right? The power play is just flat, which it was tonight.
Sometimes, all the time. So they have Calgary Flames power play. Fuck.
Huberdeau did have a really good chance. Pickard make an awesome save. I think that was their
that was a good chance. Yeah,
out of the three power plays, that was kind of their only, high danger scoring chance. Yeah, he made a great save. Turns out saved the game for the Oilers. 5 minutes left. The Flames really start to sit back. They're just playing on their heels now. This is interesting because it's a talking point I've seen. I know you and I have been talking about it. This is kind of like Huska's MO, right? What was he quoted, a month ago saying, hey, we only need 3 goals to win games.
Yeah.
I mean, the Calgary Flames, much to the opposite of what the media has been peddling all season long, are not really that great of a defensive team. By all metrics, by all numbers. I mean, you track these numbers very closely all season long. What are we, mid to last in defensive
pretty much
categories?
All season we're just in that kind of hovering around 20, 23, 24, 25 range, kind of in terms of a lot of the defensive metrics. So lower end of the league. So not great, which maybe you'd expect with this team on paper, but that's what the narrative has kind of been pushed. Oh, they're winning because of goaltending and great defense. It's like, not really.
It's just goaltending.
It's goaltending a lot of the time.
But this is a bit of a problem, right? Like, if you compare this to the Daryl Sutter teams, like, yes, Daryl Sutter's team shut it down. They focus on defense, but they do a lot of that heavy lifting in the O-zone. They don't stop forechecking all game long. Yeah. That's what I would like to see in a situation like this. 5 games left. I'd like to see the Flames just forecheck the hell out of the Oilers, keep grinding them down, keep them in their own end. You don't want to be sitting back and just defending.
Well, this has now happened 3 times of note recently. It happened in the Vancouver game where they lost in the shootout, where they blew the lead. They got absolutely smoked in the third period.
Yeah, like 8 minutes left. We're not going to do anything except for defend. Yeah.
It happened in the Seattle game that they blew, and I think they lost the game in overtime. And then it happened tonight again, which we lose in overtime. So, and you can look, some websites will track score effects when a team is up or down or trailing or up in the third period. And the Flames, when they're leading in the third, they just sit back.
They don't generate much offensively.
They don't generate much at all. So I feel like Ryan Huska maybe feels like they have to play that way in order to win, given the personnel he has. And I just don't know if that's true. Sometimes it comes back to bite you a lot.
Has not been working. We got the Draisaitl tying goal here. I thought Frost made a terrible turnover here in the neutral zone. In that clip, it doesn't really go back far enough to see the Frost turnover, but if you watch the game, you
I don't even
saw
know if it wasn't even a turnover necessarily. It was like
this is a lost battle.
Yeah, he just mailed it in when if he kicks it into a little bit of an extra gear, makes a bit of a harder play.
Well, you got to know too if Draisaitl is on the ice, and sure enough, it goes right to him. He comes down. He's got lots of open ice. He
and the zone
his angle, pick his shot.
They just let him waltz right. They just let him freaking waltz his fat ass right in there too. So,
did you think Wolf maybe should have had this one? I mean, he's got the best. He's got the best shot.
He had the best release. He has that deceptive backhand to forehand. Like, that's a tough one. Like, I guess maybe, but we're really picking nits here. If we're gonna say, he should have had that insane shot from the best goal scorer in the entire league.
Well, he had so much room. He was coming down with so much room.
You can't say you turn that puck over in the neutral zone, lose a battle in the neutral zone, let the guy walk right over the blue line unimpeded right to the net and say, oh yeah, well, Wolf should have had it. It's like, okay. Yeah, well, there's 4 or 5 other things that should have happened before that.
Given the amount of time, given the amount of space that Draisaitl had there, like you can see, he chose his angle right away. He had the release point he wanted, and he knew exactly where he wanted to put it. I mean, fuck, it was a hell of a shot. Give him credit.
And he had 3 or 4 other looks at Wolf to kind of get. He probably picked up on that after where he tried placing his shots, and what he'd have 3 or 4 other shots. So he probably knew where he was going and didn't make any mistake.
The Oilers were pressing there. They had another great chance shortly after that same line. Like that, the Oilers had one line that was doing anything all night.
Sounds right.
There's a good save by Weeks or blocked by Weegar or Wolf. I'm not sure exactly who saved that one, but here we go. Fucking overtime, of course. Are we like cursed with overtime? It seems like every time we do one of these, it's always overtime game.
Always overtime. We always get the overtime games. Remember when overtime used to be awesome? I guess Kadri's been lighting up lately, but man, we used to be
Showtime. You mean Showtime?
But
it's funny because
you knew we weren't going to win this one.
Well, it's funny because all season long we've been, voicing our disappointment with Huska's overtime decisions. I've never been a fan of Huberdeau and Kadri together in 3-3 overtime because they're just so turnover prone. Huber doesn't really have the speed to get back. Nas is usually turning it over deep, which happened on this goal too.
Yeah.
I mean, but as of, what was it? As soon as Huska changed those lines, we had some new overtime selections, and sure enough, you won 2 or 3 overtime games.
You won
2 in a row. Sure enough, back to what doesn't work.
Back to what's lost is like 10 or 11 overtime games this year.
And of course, Sharon Govich was on the second overtime.
Yeah. Well, Frost got his little butt spanked, eh? He was that bad boy, so he didn't get to play in overtime.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Yes, yeah, turnover, but fuck. He's a guy he's been good. He's been getting better, consistent. I think he should have been overtime.
Should have been overtime. Should have been the same trios that were out there for
what's been working.
The 2 wins. Remember, it was like after that game where in Montreal, Coronado scores the fastest overtime goal in Flames history. And then we never see him start overtime again.
Nah, that didn't work very well.
Zeri scores the most insane overtime goal. Him and Postos are on the ice in game 1 of the season. The sickest overtime goal we've seen in years, and we never have seen them in overtime together again. So then we win these 2 games in a row, and we go away from. Anyways, you probably weren't going to win that one anyways because of Draisaitl being on the ice. So,
yeah,
whatever.
All right, let's cue up this goal, overtime winner.
A little bit of daylight. He's probably taking a chance there, but if he had to do it again, there's no way he's taking that shot. Probably.
Again, that's why I don't like him with Huberdeau.
Yeah, him and Huberdeau are just too high risk out there together, and like you said, Huberdeau is lacking his speed. So that was a tough one, man.
When they come down,
you got to know Draisaitl's on the ice too. There, like you can't if you're going to take that shot, you got to be.
You got to know if you're caught, it's an odd man rush with Draisaitl leading it down the ice. You're probably going to go in the back of the net. Sure enough, it does. Did you think Wolf maybe should have had that one?
Again, maybe, but it's dry. Like he's the best shooter in the entire world. Like, what are you going to do?
Thoughts overall on Wolf? In the past 5 games, he seems to not be as dominant as he was for the majority of the season. That's just me personally. But I mean, because even in that Dallas game, right, that first goal, I think I texted you. I'm like, geez, it would have been nice to have a expected goal saved, even though there's a guy all alone in front. It's like it's high danger. So I don't know. Thoughts on
Yeah, I
Wolf
don't
as a
know.
whole?
He's just been not, you kind of maybe he had a bit of a rougher patch. When are they going through? They went through like Colorado and Toronto. It's when Toronto kind of like stomped them. Remember, there was those back-to-back games. He kind of had a bit of a rough stretch there. I think he lost 4 in a row.
Well, I only bring it up because it's like we've seen what Wolf has done for this team all season long. He's basically the sole reason, I mean, Kadri as of late as well, that you're in a playoff spot or a playoff hunt. Because he was like single-handedly winning you games. And I guess what I'm saying is we just haven't seen that from him in the past 2 weeks where he's single-handedly winning you games.
Well, it also is probably like the realities of the roster and a poor defensive team catching up to you. Because, right, that's what we've been saying all year is you watch these games and it's like, here's your defense. Bean, Miramanov, like Jake Bean and Miramanov are out there doing God knows what on a nightly basis.
Well, Rasmus Sanderson's leading the team in minus, right?
Yeah. So it's like, this is kind of what I've been saying for most of the year, even though I've been saying like, wow, I've been incredibly impressed. Wolf, the way he's played through most of the season is for sure Calder worthy. If you really want to get into it, it's probably MVP worthy up till this point. But at some point, you can't keep being absolutely out of your mind every single game, every single week. So I kind of expected a bit, and it's not even been that big of a lull. Like you said, if you're watching these games, you might look at the stats, the box score, and say, like, geez, man, like the Flames outshot Dallas 100-2, and they lose that game. But if you actually are watching the game, it's like, well, yeah, these are a lot of big defensive breakdowns that are happening that are leading to these goals. So, and again, I think he did his job tonight for me. He kept the Oilers to two goals in regulation.
Yep, good point.
Your power play failed you. Your offense didn't come through. I mean, even in that Dallas game, okay, we got fucking hosed, right?
Well, remember that was it the second goal with Dallas where Anderson just gets walked and then Miramanov's just taking a skate.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like Wyatt Johnson undresses everybody, just walks right in. Wolf stops the first one, second one goes. He's roofs the second one because nobody's doing anything. So if you look at that Dallas game, we got hosed out of 2 goals. Probably should have had more, but the team still ultimately scored 2 goals on almost 50 shots, right? So, you kept the Oilers to 2 goals tonight. You stoned Draisaitl 3 or 4 times. The Flames kept giving Draisaitl opportunities. Eventually, he's going to score. That's just the way, the matter of fact. So you need to score more than 2 goals, especially when you had that power play opportunity you had. You got to score more goals. You got to give this guy a little bit more run support. So he's a rookie. He's not even 24 yet. His March his March has been a little up and down for sure, but we kind of knew this was going to happen at some point. He's a goaltender.
Well, like you said, he gave you a chance to win the game. That's all you can really ask for your goalie. So I'm just curious on those 2 goals. Like we said, he's the best goal scorer in the league. So if he's got that much room, that much time, he can place it wherever he wants. Like you could hear the overtime winner went off the post and in. Like
he didn't make any mistake. Like 51 goals. Fuck. Why does he got to score? That's what I was thinking too. All I really wanted out of this game, playoff hopes, whatever. I would have liked to win against the Oilers, and I would have liked to not have seen Draisaitl scores fucking.
You'll just have to get your retribution in the playoffs.
It's just always
hate cheering.
It's always got to be the worst possible way possible. Just like, okay, what's in store tonight? The most annoying thing that could possibly happen is going to happen, and then I have to see his smug, stupid face.
Yeah, it's frustrating too. You got that lead with 5 minutes left. Power play killed you, and then I think just this sitting back,
just passivity.
It's not working.
Doesn't work. And I guess maybe, second period, you didn't bury some of your chances too. You'd like to see maybe Farabee he had a couple chances, bury one. And I'm pissed off.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. Probably not. I really am not.
All right, the Road Ahead segment brought to you by Platinum Mitsubishi, Canada's #1 destination for the upgraded 2024 Outlander, the refreshed flagship 7-seat vehicle from Mitsubishi Motors. The 2025 Outlander features the first ever vehicle audio system provided by industry leaders at Yamaha, and for 2025, it is also the only vehicle offered by a mainstream manufacturer to include a brand new audio system for the base model all the way up to the top of the line. Other new features: available brown leather seats, ventilated cooled front seats, standard 12.3-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple Play and Android Auto. Get into the best backed cars in the country with a standard 10-year powertrain warranty at Platinum Mitsubishi, 2720 Barlow Trail Northeast here in Calgary. There's also a launch barbecue event upcoming to the 2025 Outlander, Saturday, April 12th, 11 to 4. Can't turn down a good barbecue.
Hey, Jay Feaster will be there.
Actually,
I don't think, but
what's he slinging hot dogs?
Free barbecue? Free barbecue? You don't have to tell Jay Feaster twice.
Well, it doesn't say hot dogs on there though. So,
oh yeah, good point.
I think
he'll arrive and be like, I was told there's free hot dogs.
Get out of here, Feaster. All right. We don't have a little,
I don't think we do,
fancy little graphic, but we got the Avalanche. The games are coming fast and furious now. So you got, I think it's just one night off game for the rest of the season, is it not?
It's crunch time, dude. You got tomorrow off, then you're in Colorado on Monday. Then you're in Utah. Have we played in Utah yet? I feel like we haven't. In the land of the Mormons on Tuesday.
It's the final back-to-back of the season.
Yeah, that's right. And then you got the Ducks at home on Thursday, and then you got the Golden Knights. So kind of a shit sandwich here with the shit on the outside because you got two really good teams.
We've struggled with Utah, though, this season.
Colorado. And Anaheim, I feel like they're playing well. I don't know. They had a really good win the other night that was really exciting. I don't know. You have to beat Colorado. You got to take it one game at a time at this point, but it's going to be a tough assignment against the Avs.
They're all must win. You got 10 games left, 20 points left on the board.
Oh,
like with the way the St. Louis is going, man, I think we're done. I think it's over.
Today was the gut. That St. Louis win today was kind of the gut punch. It was just like they've won 9 straight. How? What are they doing? So I just don't see, even if you make that ground up, you still have to count on them.
Unless St. Louis just absolutely falls apart. But
unless you probably have a better chance of catching Minnesota at this point and hoping they fall flat on their face and just feel like, because I think you have a head-to-head against Minnesota too later in April. So it's a hope and a prayer right now. It's a hope and a prayer that we're not going to be in peak pain, finishing 10th, losing our pick. Even though we all knew that's what was going to happen anyways from day one, because we're the Flames, and that's exactly what would happen. But it's going to be tough, man.
They're all still meaningful games, though. Playing into April, meaningful games.
Meaningful hockey.
I guess if you're on team
is it
playoffs
meaningful?
Well, we'll see.
Meaningful to the players, maybe not to us anymore.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win is a barn burner. Every face-off, hat-trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, and every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, an official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app today and use the code NATION to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. I let you pick the anytime goal scorer for tomorrow. You're going with Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett, a couple of legends.
Chucky's still injured, eh? But that would be the line, those three?
Yeah. How do you not do that line?
Marchand made his debut. I don't know.
It was yesterday?
I'm kind of excited to see him in the Flames or the Panthers uniform.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Be exciting to see him in the Flames uniform, too.
Don't let Brad Treliving watch that line play. He'll send a phone call and tell him to calm down. It's too much. It's too much going on.
Marchand picked up a couple of rats for his kids after the game. Saw that.
That's pretty good.
Just a beauty. Okay, we're going to get to the chat. If you guys want us to Whatever, questions, comments, any discussion points, talking points. What are your overall thoughts on Huska? Did he cost us a bit tonight? I think his coaching style might be costing us a bit. Thoughts on Dustin Wolf? I saw some Dustin Wolf chatter early in the chat. Do you blame him? Where are we at? Let's get to the chat. Any super chats, Yasmin? Alicia P. We sat back and it was so frustrating to watch. We were better against Dallas. On another note, great job tonight. When do you guys host Afterburner again? We got 2 more, right? Last game of the season.
We got a few more. We're doing Saturday next week against Vegas. So that'll guaranteed overtime game, guaranteed late overtime game.
Guaranteed overtime, guaranteed dagger.
Guaranteed
kick.
When we're on the show, you know that generally it's going to be the most like ball kicking, like painful loss possible. So it's like that meme, dude. It's like that meme. You ever seen that where it's like sports isn't about being a sports fan isn't about winning. It's about being sad in a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That about sums it up. Are we all sad?
Yeah. I'm always sad, but
like you said, I wish you wouldn't remind me about losing that draft pick, but it's inevitability at this point.
Just it's Brad's final parting gift to us, dude.
Thanks for the donation.
One last complete FU from Brad Tree Living. Thanks, Brad.
Was there any more super chats?
That was a big one. $20. Nice.
$20. Thanks, Alicia. The kids, thank you.
Oh, I'm just scanning the chat right now.
Flames lose. I'm going to pull my hair. Brad Tree Living twisting the knife.
Yeah. This sums it up, eh? I lose more and more hair when the Flames lose. I'm almost out of hair now. Yeah, me too. Me too.
What do you think their actual chances of? Well, the money puck says there's a 20% chance. The Blues do have a harder schedule though coming up, right?
Yeah, but it feels like they've already made their hey. Yuri
Looks
said,
like it.
Did we write the 50-cent parody song in the dome, chilling with Jerome? No, but
I wish.
But obviously that's where the name comes from. You can find me in the dome, chilling with Jerome. Got my eyes on the cup, baby. We're gonna bring it home. Not this year, though. Boy, those were the days, eh?
Can we please trade Kadri while he's hot and Anderson? Do a complete rebuild if we don't make the playoffs. I mean, when we don't make the playoffs, you made this point on Instagram this week. It would be a great time to trade Kadri in the offseason. I just don't think he wants to go anywhere.
Yeah, it seems that way. It seems he's made it very clear. And hey, like, fair enough. If you say that and don't perform, okay, like that's a problem. But he said that and he has performed, so good on him. But hey, like if my thing is just if you're a contending team and you're watching Nazem Kadri, like I don't get this from Brad from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's just use them because like maybe he would go back there if he was willing to go anywhere. If you're Brad Tree Living in the Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't see how you don't look at Nazem Kadri and be like, that's the guy who can take us. That's the guy who can push us over the edge and just go out and like try to convince him to come there and do whatever it takes to get him. I don't understand that.
Well, he did go batshit crazy since post trade deadline, though. He's been ratcheting it up big time. But yeah, I agree. Like in the last 2 weeks, if you're a GM of a cup contender, how do you not want to prime out of Calgary at this point?
Yeah, you see what he can do. So if there were some offers coming in the summer, I think the Flames would be remiss not to take a look.
There's some Anderson chat in here. What do you think they're going to do with Anderson in the offseason?
I mean, if I'd take a stab at it, they're probably going to try to sign him and it would play out over the year or something. You know, their preference is to sign them, anything we know from history is they want to keep these guys. So I don't expect them to not try to re-sign him.
It's a good question. Is there anyone the Flames could trade for to help them?
Roston Farabee.
If you're Connie in the offseason, like what do you think Connie's approach is going to be? Is he going to try and make this team better next season? It's probably right. He's going to be like, hey, we're only 20 goal scorer away, or whatever, but the cap's going up. There's more room to work with. What do you think he'll do versus what do you think he should do? Give us both.
It's always the opposite. It's always whatever you think they should do, they'll do the opposite. I don't know, dude. They've got they've got a ton of cap space burning a hole in their pocket. They're itching to do something. I just hope it's nothing too astronomical and they don't blow their load too much. You know, they got some guys to sign. You got to sign Frost. You got to sign Wolf. You got to sign some of these guys. So I don't know, dude. I wish they would just tank, but that's just me.
There's also some prospect chat in here. Sagina's down two games. If Saginaw is an early first round exit,
please,
are we going to see some Zane Parekh to
I
close
need some Zane Parekh. It was the only thing that would get me out of this. That would get me out of this this little funk that I'm in. Zane Parekh would be the cure to my Flames blues at this point. I'd love to see him come play for a couple games.
The other thing I saw here was Suniev. He scored a big game winner.
Suniev had a huge game the other night. Scored the OT winner. Hey, he's looking like a bit of a stud, man. Looking like a pretty good player. And they signed Jacob Battaglia to his entry-level deal. Some of these kids, that's what the question about what should you do in the offseason. Do what you did at the draft again. Absolutely nail your draft. That's all I care about.
All right. Any more questions, comments before we jump off this thing?
Before I go cry, I'm going to go cry in the shower. I don't think I'm even going to take my clothes. I'm just going to sit there with my hat on and cry.
Should we have started Vladar instead of Wolf tonight?
No.
I don't think so. No.
I know everyone
points all season long. I mean, hindsight's, but I mean, we already rattled off all the points. It gives you the chance to win. You know, those goals that beat him, it's Draisaitl, best goal scorer on the planet. I don't think Vladar is saving those either.
Well, there's kind of this weird thing with that the Flames have been doing, because that was his first game against the Oilers, which is ridiculous, I think. They've kind of been like sheltering him a little bit. You know, it's kind of like, oh, we don't want to let Draisaitl or McDavid go out. Like, no, fuck those guys. This is going to be our guy. This is going to be our guy who hopefully can lead us to victory against these losers for the next 10 years.
Yep.
So get him in there often. That's the thing. We respect the Oilers too much. We really do. You know, it's like, oh, screw it. No. I know I called Draisaitl the best goal scorer. That made me sick. I shouldn't have said that. I'm disgusted with myself. I take it back. He's not the best goal scorer. He's a loser.
He's a loser.
He's a loser.
Just
but it is true. It is true. I don't like we got to protect Wolf from these guys. Because why? Because Markstrom shit the bed every time he played the Oilers, and we have to act like Wolf's going to do the same. I don't think so. So I was glad to see him in there tonight, and I thought he played a good game.
What about Vladar next year? What do you think they're going to do with Vladar in the offseason?
I don't know. Maybe keep him around. Like, he's been good of late. Him and Wolf seem. What else do you do? I guess, right? I think he's been good. I think he's been fine enough that maybe you keep him around. I don't know. He's on an expiring deal. I wouldn't be nonplussed if they left him or kept him, as long as I really don't care. Focus on Dustin Wolf. I like Dan Vladar. They should keep him for another year. Or here's another one I saw out there on Twitter. Let's bring back David Riddick as the backup next year, because that would be that'd be fun. I'd like to see Dave come back.
We'll leave it on this note. Maybe this will cheer you up a bit. If a virtual space could smell, the stench would be overwhelming, as there are too many dumb, stained, stinking sweatpants wearing Coiler fans on here tonight. Kim aptly put, I would say.
That's exactly what I thought too. I agree. It's pretty gross.
What do you do after these Oilers losses? I've never actually visibly seen you after an Oilers loss.
You can see I have my hat on forwards, which is that's a change, because I'm just like, it's like hiding my eyes. I'm depressed. I don't know. I'm probably going to go lay in bed and stare at the ceiling and like play some depressing emo music for a while.
It's all right, man. You're hiding the tears. You're going to get your revenge hate watching the playoffs. I think we all will. I don't think the Oilers are as good this year as they were last year, and they don't have as easy as a path to the finals as they did last year either. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll get them next time.